perspective is Stephen Kent, Media Director, Consumer Choice Center. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us today. All right, so let's talk about this FCC approval of this merger. They've given the green light for this deal for Paramount and Skydance to proceed. How do you interpret that?
Well, I interpret it first and foremost as mergers and acquisitions are back, baby. I mean, we have had 4 years at least of just total cold water being thrown on companies being able to expand their offerings, merge with other firms who actually can build out their capabilities and to provide better things for consumers, because the Biden administration had an incredible tilt, particularly at the FTC under Lina Khan, against mergers and acquisitions, and a belief that it is always bad for the consumer, despite little evidence of that. So, Donald Trump and his team, including Brendan Carr at the FCC, they are not ideologically opposed to companies coming together to consolidate resources and improve. And we are in a period of consolidation right now.
So there is certainly a period of consolidation and disruption, and some of this consolidation may be necessary because of what has been happening within the media landscape. But at the same time, you mentioned consumers. When you think about that consolidation, how do you think about consumer choice there? Is it, could it be beneficial or could it be harmful to consumers?
Well, I look at that and go, Paramount is available to nobody. Paramount Plus is available to nobody if they continue to sink and drag under $15 billion of debt, which they are currently straddled with. They need actually cash infusion and investment and more creative capabilities that Skydance has in order to survive and offer new things for people to watch, or they'll just not exist. So acquisitions and mergers, this does actually help offer people more choices. Furthermore, they also want to really get Paramount Plus, and we can expect this now post-merger approval, real investments into franchise storytelling. Paramount wants to have its own Marvel, and they are looking at the likes of Star Trek and how to do that. They're building out new creative studios from their legacy property of Nickelodeon around the very popular millennial and Gen Z series Avatar: The Last Airbender, something I'm actually super excited about from an anime standpoint. Again, this is what young consumers want, and they are actually now going to be able to offer it. What they don't want is the thing that has consumed so much attention for the past couple of weeks, which is late night television. We saw all of this drama go on with the Stephen Colbert late night program and all the stuff that's happening at CBS. These things are the albatross around Paramount's neck, and we are actually going to see, I think, a way forward now for them to deal with that.
I thought that was a financial matter. I do think he's funny. But let's talk a little bit about just the streaming landscape overall, Stephen. What's your expectation when you think about both the evolution and then how consumers take in media nowadays, right? People don't turn on the TV so much anymore in the traditional way, right? They're not looking for cable like they used to. There are still some people who are cable loyal, but at the same time, there are also those who now question, okay, I stream so much stuff, should I just go back to cable because it's so expensive to have all these streamers? What's your expectation about how the streaming landscape or media landscape will evolve over the next few years?
Well, I do think that, and this is something that we've seen with, of course, Netflix and Amazon Prime, is that we're going to have to break beyond legacy properties when it comes to streaming. So there's just been this huge investment in original studios, new stories that can be told, original series. Because again, even though they do want to build out, Star Trek and certain elements of Nickelodeon, you can't go back to the well forever on these things, which is why they doubled down on Yellowstone and the Taylor Sheridan universe of all of his different action series, which have been overall quite good for Paramount Plus, but not quite enough. So I would just say that there's going to be obviously more investment in original creative and then also trying to build on the successes that they've had. Netflix, I think at least 9% of their top performing shows over the last couple of years were produced by Paramount. The same thing can be said for Amazon Prime. They have a huge selection of Paramount produced programs on there. And when they get the merger done with Skydance, they're going to have access to all the Mission Impossible and Jack Reacher, pretty much anything Tom Cruise. That they will even have Top Gun, and they'll probably be doing spin-offs based on that. So I just expect a lot of new creative energy.